Good morning, wrestling fans. Sorry about that. Right when I started recording, a garbage truck drove by very rudely, which you would think they would think to themselves, maybe that person walking by there is trying to record a podcast on his way to work. But they didn't consider that. Today is Tuesday, April 25th, 2023, and on today's Tuesday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans, just real quickly want to go over the news from last night's Monday Night Raw. It was hyped a little bit before Raw that Triple H would have a big announcement that would rock the foundation of WWE, or at least that's what they said on Raw last night. And that announcement is the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship. New belt, or new title, I should say. Like Vince McMahon would say, a belt is to hold your pants up, pal. But there is going to be a new world champion in WWE. We will find out this Friday if Roman Reigns is going to Raw or SmackDown in the draft, or maybe we'll find out next Monday on the second night of the draft. And whichever show Roman Reigns ends up on will be home for the undisputed Universal Championship, and the other show will be the home of the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I don't mind the new design of the title. I want to say I'm a huge fan of it. Don't know if I would say it's the best looking world championship we have ever seen in pro wrestling, but I don't think it's that bad though. I think, well, as I walk by here, the dog sounds like he might like this new title. But let me know what you think of the new WWE World Championship. Let me know in the comments right here on Spreaker or wherever you are listening, if they have a comment section. What do you think of the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship? That is the question. Also, like I asked last night on 360 Wrestling Fanatic, do you like the idea of Raw and SmackDown having separate champions? Or do you think there should just be only one world champion that will defend the championship against superstars on both shows and appear on both shows? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Also, some of the big news that came out yesterday was about CM Punk briefly being backstage at the Allstate Arena at Raw yesterday, reportedly talking to Triple H, Paul Levesque, for a little bit, and Vince McMahon was the one said to have made the orders for security to ask him to leave, and Punk left with no trouble. And there's also a video of CM Punk in the parking lot of the Allstate Arena with Tamina Snuka. Like I said, I'm not quite sure why Punk showed up. I don't know if there's some speculation online about maybe AEW having something to do with this, but I really don't see why this would be a plan between AEW and CM Punk. I don't really see how this would help either Punk or AEW, because with all the talk about Punk returning to AEW, the show June, is it 17th or 18th in Chicago at Allstate Arena for AEW. And that has not officially been announced just yet, but as AEW has announced that tomorrow night on Dynamite we will hear from Tony Khan. And this time though, they're not hyping it as a big announcement or anything. All that I've seen so far, that the graphic says we will hear from Tony Khan. That's it. So this might not be a big major announcement at all. It might just say something about All in London coming up, or maybe about if the ticket sales when they go on sale, or something to do with All In. And like I said, they did not say big announcement or any kind of announcement. They just said we'll hear from them. But who knows, maybe this is just a swerve from AEW. They're not making a real big deal out of Tony Khan appearing on Dynamite, and then it really could be a huge announcement. But we will have to wait and watch Dynamite tomorrow night on TBS to find out what Tony Khan will have to say. And before I wrap up this Tuesday morning episode of GMWF, want to go over some wrestling podcast news, and that is Dan the Mouth Ravransky is who's been known for, I'm sure if you listen to wrestling podcasts and radio shows, you definitely know Dan has been a part of Sunday Night's Main Event the last few years, most recently, and was a part of Live Audio Wrestling for a long time before that, along with Jason Agnew, and even before Jason, when Jeff Merrick hosted the show. That was before I started listening to The Law, though. And I started listening, I want to say maybe around 2008, 2009 to The Law. I could be wrong about that, but I want to say definitely before 2010, though, I started listening to Live Audio Wrestling, and of course also The Law. Most of the time when I listened to it was the main radio show anyway, with Dan the Mouth Ravransky and Jason Agnew hosting and John Pollock producing, and every once in a while we did get an appearance from Wei Ting. John Pollock and Wei Ting, of course, from Post Wrestling now, and they would do the Law podcast during the week. But Dan the Mouth Ravransky, like I said, most recently a Sunday Night's Main Event. Also Joe Aguinaldo, also leaving to take some time for other things. And so I guess that means no more All Elite Weekly. That's the Dynamite recap show that they host each week. And I haven't heard nothing if they're gonna get new hosts for the show or have a new Dynamite show with new hosts and name it something else. But Dan the Mouth Ravransky and Joe Aguinaldo both leaving Sunday Night's Main Event, but he did say that he might show up as a guest on the main Sunday Night's Main Event show with Mike McGuire to discuss if anything is going on in the world of pro wrestling. So that's all for this Tuesday morning episode of GMWF. Thank you everyone for listening right here on Spreaker or wherever you are listening to 360 Wrestling Podcast on. Remember, leave in the comment section if you like the new WWE World Championship, or if you think there should just be one champion on both Raw and SmackDown. And also, if you have any other comments or questions, suggestions, in the comment section, and also the email 360wrestlingpodcast@gmail.com. As always, hope to be back with more episodes of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Keep it going. And tomorrow we'll be back for the Wednesday episode right here on GMWF. So I hope everyone has a great Tuesday today. Hope everyone enjoys WWE NXT tonight. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. Keep watching pro wrestling.